Hi everybody, it's Becky Singleton and this is Happy, Healthy, and Fit. We're going to talk about how you unhook yourself from past relationships and not feel that pain anymore. We're going to talk about that here today on Happy, Healthy, and Fit.
Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me, baby, can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me, baby, can you show me the way?
Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. And I would really appreciate if you could like, subscribe, and share. It does help the channel, and I do appreciate that. We're going to talk today about, when we're in relationships and they don't work out. I know we often talk about toxic relationships and breakups and things, but I'm going to teach you today how you can unhook yourself so that it just becomes something you learn from, something you could take away from that relationship minus the pain, okay? So I've been through 3 marriages, as you know. And one of the things that I often do is detach. And I talked about that last week. But when it comes to the point of someone asking me a question about that relationship or how did I overcome it, a lot of times what I realized is that I unhooked myself with the actual part that was painful. So if there was something that I dealt with that was extremely painful, and it's been years since I was with that person, I don't hold on to that pain. I put no emotion into what happened. None. That's the key. You have to cut away the emotion and look at it from a different perspective. So often what I do is like, wow, what could I have learned from this situation? What did I learn? I might have learned that I don't give anybody the first wave in. I make them earn their space in. It might be that I don't join bank accounts because someone was untrustworthy with me. Whatever that lesson was. But I don't take it as it's painful. I take it as a lesson that won't happen again. It's not good. It's not bad. It's like, okay, cool. I got that one. Thank you for that lesson. This is what I'm going to take away from it. I've learned not to do that again. My bad, but it won't be my bad again because, one and done, I'm not doing that again. So whatever you take away, but cut out the actual emotion that's involved with an action that someone did to you. And I can tell you personally, just you and me, I've dealt with pretty painful, awful things. And you know what? I don't feel that pain. If I think of that person, if I have to deal with that person anyway, I let that go. I told you I don't hold on. I don't look back. It's not possible for me to even drive backwards, and I'm not going to take my life backwards. So that is extremely helpful. That I've found is a good thing for me to move forward and be successful. And I remember that when I started to become more and more successful, I realized it was because I didn't think about what had happened to me. I wanted to be successful for myself. And things became open for me, opportunities, because I wasn't focused on the ugly, the pain. I let all that go. And all these doors started opening up. Reebok found me, and then Reebok called me about the NFL, and then someone saw me speaking and they wanted me to do their tour. It was just one thing right after the other. The White House called and wanted me to go to the White House because of something they heard me say. You just never know how doors open up for you when you're on your own path, when you're doing your own thing. Now let's talk about that for a second, because I often get, how do you know you're on the right path? How do you know you're doing what you're supposed to do? I listen to myself. That's number one. And number two, if you follow the good, the high vibe feeling that takes you where you need to go and the doors start opening, that's your path. And that's what I realized. All these things are opening up for me, and that was my path. And they were things I got to do, and I still continue to do. just take in mind what it is that you're doing. If you feel stuck in any way, take some time and just meditate. Think about what it is that you're doing versus what you want to do. That's another important thing. We often let people and their bad behaviors get in the way of our good life. Please release anybody who is not serving you. Anyone who doesn't bring you happiness and joy and peace, and that is along with you to help you grow. If they're stopping your growth, they're not supposed to be there. That's your lesson to go. Learn how to use those scissors and cut them loose. A lot of times, too, when we're in relationships, I want to mention that we have to make deposits, right? If you're in a relationship, you can't just take and take and take and take and take and get mad because they're not giving you more. You have to present deposits. You have to give deposits. And you give deposits, they do a deposit. You give a deposit, they give a deposit. But it's only one deposit out of 50 that you've done. That's not equal. No, it has to be an equal give and take. I'm always going to stress that because that's the key to knowing you're in a healthy relationship is the equal give and take and the caring for somebody else. I think sometimes I've recognized for myself that when I don't see someone caring for me and have any empathy towards me or anything I'm going through, I just question who they are and why would I want them in my life? And, I just go through all that. I don't hang in that too long. I just keep it moving. I have so much I want to do in life, and I'm happy with myself. And I know my happiness will bring someone else who's happy, and we'll be happy together. But until he comes, I'm doing my own thing. I'm having a great time. You have to feel that inside of you to always have a good time. But it's cultivating, that expression of making deposits with each other to grow a relationship and to let go of past things. One of the things I mentioned in another video that I was talking all the time. Oh my God, he did this to me, he did that to me. Blah, blah, blah. Now, I think it's okay when you're meeting someone and for them to learn what has happened to you. But when it's constantly happening over and over, for months, you have to check yourself. I want you to know information. I'm going to share it with you. I'm not telling you because I'm still hurt. I'm telling you so you're aware of what has happened to me. And you can make some whoa, I understand that because that happened to me. Or, oh, wow, how can I support you better? I'll make sure, I call you because I know that's important to you. I'll make sure that, I'm safe because you care so much about me. I want to make sure I'm safe, and we'll communicate that. You learn about people because of what they've been through. I would never want to make another person jealous I'm with, especially if they experienced somebody who constantly did that to them or did things that were so inappropriate, it hurt them. They don't have trust in people. I would never do that, because I know what it's like to have that happen to me. So I'm going to be very thoughtful about someone who needs that support and that, kind of confirmation that I'm not going to do that to you and you're safe with me. And you need to pick people that are a good pair, that are a good match for yourself. Not someone because you think they look good, but they may be a horrible match. If you think they're, one way, but they're really another. Listen to your heart. Listen to what's coming to you when you're meeting people. And if you're in a relationship, and people change sometimes, and that's just fact. I've lived 3 marriages, and every one of those guys, though I will tell you, there were red flags, but it unraveled itself for me to see who they really were. And it was never going to work out once I realized. So please take in consideration all of the things that make you the person who is happy and who's doing the things they want to do, and, taking one step at a time as far as what it means to you to live a full, happy life without the attachment of emotion, of pain. Let go of the pain, but analyze it as a lesson so you don't do anything that would hurt you again. I want to add in here the power of intention. You own your power when you sit in your intention and you take ownership of what has happened. You know what? Yeah, I did. I spent too much time with this person who I knew was lying, cheating, stealing. Yeah, I take that ownership, but I'm making the change today. I'm making the change for myself that I'm going to not be with anyone who is like this. I'm going to put myself on a different path so that I can be a happier person. Maybe I didn't realize that person was that way, but I know now. And what does Maya Angelou tell us? When you know better, you do better. So I'm going to do better by making better choices and making my amends and, apologize where I need to apologize and own my power back, get my power back by owning my own intention. And we all have the choice of making changes. I always hear Earth is school, or reform school. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to make a change to help others. That's what happens when we're in this life on Earth. And you need to make sure that you are learning your lessons. They're not going to hurt you if you pay attention and you make the changes. They only hurt you when you're not paying attention, when you're resistant. Let go and surrender. Say that to yourself. I'm going to let go. I'm going to surrender. What's for me will be for me. You can't control the universe. You can't. It will always put you on the path you're supposed to be on. But it can be an easy path or a harder path. It's up to you. But if things aren't working out and they continuously show you they're not working out, that is your signal that you are not in the right spot. If you're losing money and there's conditions that are just intolerable, those are signs. They're trying to show you that this is not where you're supposed to be. Make those changes quickly and move on. People often ask me, you've been married 3 times? Yeah, because you know what? When I saw those signs, I got the heck out of Dodge quick. And thank God in many of those situations, because it saved me, saved my life, saved what money I did have left. It saved my soul. So yes, change is necessary sometimes, and sometimes it's painful. But it's necessary because what's on the other side is so great. It's so great. But you're never going to know unless you take that chance and that leap and know that you can make this happen for yourself. Make the change that is necessary. There'll be a net. The net will appear, but you got to make that move. It's not going to really help you if you're in anxiety. And anxiety is only fear bridged with intuition. It's anxiety's in the middle of that. Your intuition's trying to talk to you, but you have so much fear, you create anxiety. Listen to yourself, please. Listen to yourself. It's always talking to you. So I hope that helped you. I'm coming up on my 100th episode next time, so I'm going to make it pretty special. It'll be my 100th episode. I cannot believe it. So I thank everybody. Thank you for participating and watching and sharing and just being here. I love it. I appreciate you. I'm Becky Singleton, and I'm just like you.
Baby, can you show me the way?